My name's Rusty Sitton. I'm the Redneck Boat Guy. I build two-cylinder racing outboard boats. I build the props to go on them, and we also sail a 33-foot catamaran named See Y'all Later. Hope you enjoy the channel. Well, this is what it's like for me to go to work. Today, I go out the door and there's my work right there. So I'm going to go in the shop and fiddle around, do some things. Working on a toothpick here today. So that's my trip to work right there. That's my normal day. And you know, I don't normally spend a whole lot of time working on stuff. If I feel like it, I get up and do it. And you know, if I don't feel like it, I watch YouTube, watch Ben Shapiro or something. Well, good morning, YouTube. This is Rusty in the Redneck Garage again. Hey, fixing to work on the toothpick, try to get it going. I've set myself up some goals. I've been just piddling with it, been playing, but man, every time I come through that door to come into the shop, I think about how cool it is, you know, to have a little shop. Of course, just a two-car garage. I think I'm kind of the typical boat racer. You know, there's not a lot of money in it. Well, they say that. As much money as you got. But I'm kind of the typical boat racer that, you know, people might think that what I do is kind of unique, right? That, you know, I build boats and I mess with props and get out there and think about it so much and all, but I'm telling you, I'm lightweight compared to a lot of these guys. This is real typical, I think, of what I do is real typical of the boat race community. They're innovators. They want to be, you know, out there with the gang and enjoying what they're doing. And I think it's easy to think about, well, you know, if you're not in the boat race community, it's easy to think that I'm doing something special, but man, I'm really not. This is pretty much typical boat race, what I'm showing you right here. So and you guys out there that are boat racers, you know exactly what I mean. You spend more time thinking about and more money on stuff than you need to be. But that, you know, everybody's got to spend their money on something, you know. And yeah, everybody's got their thing, right? And that's what we do as boat racers, is get out and, you know, we try to innovate. We try to keep our stuff up and running. You know, on a good year, we'll rebuild motors, you know, or have them rebuilt, you know, whatever. That's what we do, and go from there. But I came out and opened that door to the garage this morning, and I thought, you know, this is pretty cool. But I really got to thinking about how enjoyable it is to do what I'm doing. And, you know, first thing I did was get up and blow the dust off of yesterday's work, you know, and clean up, straighten up a little bit, and get ready for the day. And I thought I'd just walk you around the shop and kind of show you what I'm doing and what it's like to get started here and go from there. But yesterday what I did was I've been working on the toothpick, working on the bulkheads, and kind of got it cleaned up. And I want to get this one positioned, but I can't do that until I come over here and run my stringers. You know, I got to run a stringer from there to here and bend that curve, figure out what I'm going to need to go around to the front here. And, you know, you work at it in succession to see what you need to do next. Not a lot of big planning. You just do what comes up next. Well, the next thing I got to do is I got to cut those stringers that go in here. So that means I'll be setting up the table saw and doing that. But another thing that I've got to do to find out what's next is I've got to cut this loose. I'm going to change this non-trip. I'm going to cut it off. Here's my 8-foot line right here from the back. That's 8 foot. So what I want to do is I want to stay well behind that 8-foot line so that when I put the new non-trip on it, I don't have to splice any wood to finish this. This is all good, but I do want to change the angle from here to start getting a little bit wider to fix my, to blend back into my new wider body. So yeah, I'm gonna take this part out and, like I say, leave it long enough where I don't have to splice a piece. But just working at it, piddling around. I am gonna have to change this bulkhead. In the wreck, it broke the bulkhead here. there and up here. And that's okay, that's a good deal anyway, because I'm gonna change this angle. So I'll take that out and replace it with something new. Probably even replace this little piece here because it's on the wrong angle now. You know, I'm gonna lay this out a little bit. I'm gonna make it a little bit flatter and a little bit wider. So all that's gonna be different. I'll probably come all the way from the boat and make something new all the way out. So I'll be working on that today. But man, came in this morning, cleaned up my workbench, blew it off, got things straightened up a little bit, just piddling around. Man, it's a nice cool morning, so I opened the doors and had a good time out there just piddling this morning. So anyway, I got the boat up on the side like that, and I'll be working on this front today, and I'll be setting up the table saw and cutting some stringers. That'll be a little bit something that's unique. I hadn't used the table saw yet. Heck, let's get going. All right, first thing I'm gonna do, like I said, is a little deconstruction work here. Got a belt sander. Yeah, I probably ought to change that belt. That's not nearly aggressive enough to do all the cutting I'm gonna do there. You know, one of the things that I might do is take my little vibrator and cut that inside out where I won't have to sand across the whole piece. That's a good idea. I think that's what I'll do. All right, let's change this belt. Okay, kind of stuck on there a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that one's used up, dude. I guess it'd be good. I don't mind saving some of these rougher belts once they get a little bit used. I don't mind saving them for finer grinding. So I won't throw that away. I'll save that. Use it for like a 220 or something. Used to be an 80. Still works. I always tend to do that. I'll buy a little rough and then I'll use them for the rough and then recycle them for something a little finer. Mainly because I'm cheap. I'm a boat racer. That's what it takes. Rather spend money on props. All right, I got that set up. Got my grinder going, or my sander with a new belt on it. But I think the first thing I'm gonna do is, like I say, remove that inner wood so I won't be having to grind on it. And then he's wearing a belt and me both out. So let's plug in. This vibrator tool is a fine little machine. Now I bought this Makita. It's more expensive and it's a little heavier and bigger than my old one. My little, what do they call it, Hyper Tough, the Walmart brand. And I'm kind of mixed about, do I like it as good or, you know, as much as the little light duty one, because it's lots heavier. I might want to burn up them little $20 ones and have one spare in the box rather than handling this big old heavy thing. We'll see. All right, I'm gonna feel around here and find out about my distances. Yep, there's no more bulkheads in there except this one right here. So let's make something happen. All right, looks like that worked. Peel it off of this little piece there, and that way I don't have to grind on all that. Yeah, that wood's still in pretty good shape. I didn't need to take it off for any other reason other than to change my angle from here to there. We talked about that. All right. Let's do a little bit of grinding. All right, I'm getting down to the brass nails. Yeah, you always heard about getting down to the brass tacks. That's where I'm at right here. So what this angle is going to change. It's going to be actually under a little bit because I'm going to lean that out. This one may not change much. So I'll end up probably taking a little more off the bottom of this than the top. So I think I'll stop right there, and I don't mind leaving a little bit of that plywood on there, you know, strengthen it up just a little bit. Yeah, let's cut all this loose up in here. Alright, I have found out, well, I know that by using this tool here, I can hear when there's a screw in there. I guarantee you I put a screw this way and that way into that little piece. So there's a screw in there, so I stopped, went all the way around it, right? And then stopped. See if I can't twist that little piece out of there now. You know, the best thing to do is going to be cut that in half, right? So I can break it out both ways. But I got it turned in on the screws. That's what I needed. Alright, demo time, demo day. Let's see if I can get that. I need a pair of pliers or something. Kind of twist that over. Oh, it came just fine, yeah. Get that one turned and broke loose. Feel like I'm pulling a tooth here. Not a fun thing to think about, is it? Alright, so I got that. Got them pieces out of there. So now, see, I can open that wall up. Need to anyway. It's broke up top, but I need to open that wall up so I can change my angle. And that'll do it just fine from there. Alright, what am I going to do with all these screws? Well, I'll probably take my pliers and nip them off. Start looking at what I'm going to do as far as rejoining this stringer. Looks to me like it's busted up to here even. So I'll probably need to take it back to about right there and scarf that in so that I can put my new one on there and run it out. So that's probably what we'll do next. Let's see. Got a bulkhead here. So I'm gonna try to cut behind that bulkhead so this will stay attached to the bulkhead on the very back part. See what we can do here. Well, I think I got a little too deep too quick. That's alright, we'll make it all new in there. Be good. Man, this tool is just excellent for demolition. Really not any other way to do what I'm doing right there. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, got part of it. Got a screw there, but I think I've cut behind that screw. I can see the head's a little deeper than where my cut is. That blade's about had it. It's still doing okay, but it's seen better days. All right, let me get a little pair of pliers here. Should come out pretty good. I've cut along my scarf angle all the way through. Yeah, there we go. Yep. There's my little piece that I cut out, but I cut it on the angle for a scarf. Alright, I see a screw there that I barely missed. That's a good thing. And I did leave a little bit right there behind that bulkhead. Here's a piece of that bulkhead that's coming out. That's that 1/4 inch aircraft wood that's probably 100 years old. I made this boat out of it when it was, shoot, it was probably 70 years old when I used that wood. So pretty good stuff, can't get any more. Okay, well that opens up this bottom to where I can change my groove now. and make that groove come lower and lower till it blends out to nothing right in here. And then the wood will be on the surface, and then it'll go up in that groove to make my little lap straight. So yeah, we're getting there. A little bit at a time. That's what it takes. Yeah, I got this rigging. I got some of my sailboat material and put a little turning block up there to hold this thing up. To work this edge, I'm gonna go ahead and drop it down just a little bit, I think. Let it come down where I can get to that edge a little better. Yeah, that'll be good enough. Leave it right there. That way I can get in here and work on that edge, blend that out, right, looking right at it. All right, let's get her done. All right, well, we got some of it cut out there. See if I can get it out of there. Do a little prying and working on it. Yep, I can tune that up. Yep, that'll give it a little bit of slot to go into, and of course once we epoxy that in there, boy, it'll be in there good. Won't be any problems at all. All right, well, I'm fixing to do something I haven't done before. I'm gonna convert this into a table saw. We'll see how all that goes. I guess the first thing to do is loosen it up and maybe scoot it away from it. Yeah, scoot it away from there. And then I'll get my trusty wrench right here, this 5/32 or 5/16 or whatever it is. The one Allen wrench that does everything on this tool. That's the only tool you need to convert everything on here, which is pretty handy. So we'll take the sander off, and that's that. Man, I'm really enjoying my little Shopsmith 5. I normally have it set up just as you see it, with the bandsaw on it and the sanding disc on the 90-degree table there. Man, it works so good. I can rip wood with it. I can do a lot of things. We will set it up later on for ripping the stringers. You can see the stringer board back there in the background. But yeah, we're gonna set up and cut some stringers, get ready to get racing, man. I tell you what, it's almost time. It's getting close.